Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roundtable Person Podcast. I'm your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the HMIC himself, Mr. Chemical Julian, and that dude Shane Husky. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
What?
Kenny Omega is back.
It's the cleaner, baby.
I really thought it was going to be a swerve because he wasn't coming out for a while.
What an exciting AEW this was, man. It was no swerve. No swerve, Strickland. No swerve whatsoever, my friend. It was all lit.
Swerve in our glory.
And was it Brandon Cutler? Damn it.
Thank God.
Brandon started taking off his jacket. He started zipping his jacket.
Oh, the best way to build it up about that, like Brandon would take off his jacket and then Battle Cry starts playing. Well, I enjoyed his comeback. I'm excited.
If Brandon Cutler was the surprise third man, I think that place would have melted down.
If Brandon Cutler was a surprise third man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Tony Khan wouldn't be able to walk out that building.
Cancel Tony Khan.
He'd have been on fucking. He'd have been canceled. He'd have been like fucking the Flash right now, canceled.
Somebody would have took away all his Coke.
Yeah.
Wow. We're not talking about Coca-Cola, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of cocaine and the Flash and Ezra Miller, do you know that in the newer Superman and Lois TV show, the kid who played Jonathan Kent has not reported to set, and they're going to recast him.
Really?
Yeah. He's the kid who had he's the one who doesn't have powers. He's the one who had the evil doppelganger from the Bizarre universe.
Yeah, the football player.
Mm-hmm. And he has not reported to set in Vancouver for personal reasons. And so they're like, well, time to recast him.
That sucks.
Hopefully they don't use Ezra Miller.
All I heard was Coke.
Maybe he's a kid that Ezra Miller was buying alcohol for.
Jason, my man, sign on to Twitch, brother. Sign on to Twitch. Tell all your Twitch friends to go sign up to Twitch. We are 5 people away. 5 people away from 100 people.
Did you say 5? 5?
5. Like a Booker T. 5 times. We need 5 people.
But mainly he's a 6 time.
Just 5 of you.
5.
Mm-hmm. Just 5.
Shit.
Man, so let's get into this fucking AEW Dynamite. Like, it opened up with CM Punk coming out like, yo.
First of all, top of the show.
Actually, I got something to say. First of all, both AEW and WWE are doing fucking fantastic right now.
Man.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Hey, NXT had a good show.
They sure
NXT
did.
show last night was good, too. I was like, damn.
Hey, man, a high tide raises all ships. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
And the more pressure that's on, the more competition that's out there, the better they're making all these shows, the better for us, the fans. Straight up.
Yes, it is. Just make us happy. That's all we want, just to make us happy. Now that freaking Vince is gone, people are free to be themselves in the WWE, and I am
shout out to our boy Pluggo. Pluggo. Go to Twitch, man. Hit the Twitch channel, Twitch TV /Roundtable Pro Wrestling POD. We need 5 more people. Get all your people to follow us, brother, so we can get all 5.
Click.
We're also doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway for Monday.
Speaking of the giveaway, Monday the giveaway is gonna be going down. So if you're in the Portland metro area, you want to go to September.
Or if you're not, you want to fly over here. That's all right.
No one's gonna fly here, bro. But if you want to go to September 12th, Monday Night Raw here live in the Portland metro area. There he is.
Metro area.
I'm back on Twitch, damn it.
Fight, Jace, fight.
Yes, sir.
My man, Jason Thompson.
Hey, I just realized Jace makes beats.
Yes, he does. Jace been making beats for a long time.
I mean, like Jace, what's up with the beats,
guess
brother?
what?
Plug in the
house. He tends to name them after wrestling moves or scenarios. You should check him out.
Yeah.
Yo, we need some beats for. Get us some beats for the Roundtable Pros podcast. Intro and outro, brother, and we'll be like, beats by Jace. Fuck beats by Dre. Beats by Jace.
Beats by
I'm just saying, man.
Oh no! Oh man!
Yo,
come on!
Yo, yeah, man.
The original OG3. Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man. So, before we get into it, man, look. I want to go to a commercial break before we get into it because I want to be like Monday Night Raw I want to be like AEW, bro.
What?
I want to be commercial free. We'll be right back.
Drive me insane. All these rules are lame. Have been taking all the fun out. Drive me insane. All these rules are lame. Have been taking all the fun out. Drive me insane. All these rules.
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
You know the best part of that 503 Originals commercial? I mean, not just me slide kicking someone in the face. That's a good part too. But for me, the best part is when the girl
clothes getting blurred out.
Is when the girl slaps the shit out of Billy Moon. She was like slapping the pieces of shit since 2016.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, shootsies, baby. Shootsies. Anyway, so we're back live. And you know what? Pluggo has something to say in the chat. You know what? You're right, dude. What a time. What a time
for pro wrestling. You are right about that.
Damn straight. You know, in 2022, we never thought, or in any other years, that Vince McMahon would fucking retire. Never.
I literally thought Vince was gonna die in the WWE.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, no, for real. I thought Vince was just gonna like never let go, just keep a stranglehold. And
no, I don't want to go.
I mean, I never saw anybody forcing him out. Well, I'm sorry, I never foresaw anybody politically forcing him out. Let me rephrase that. I never foresaw anybody directly politically forcing him out of the company.
Right.
Well, you know, the real MVP is the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. And that person who called in with that secret tip.
Shit.
But he's like, little story about some money.
I mean, the thing is, like,
forms.
Vince had his, you know, and I hate to say this, I don't want to say like, oh, we had his time and his time has passed. As a businessman, he took a small promotion and made it worldwide, and he made it the grandest stage of them all, which was fantastic, and a lot of people have made money off of his back, and he's made money off of theirs too. I mean, there's back and forth, whether you want to call it parasitic or symbiotic. Everybody made money all around. But I think creatively, his time just kind of passed on, you know?
Yep.
He's, you know, Vince is probably still saying, hey, if we got an Asian guy, remember, if he's a heel, he has to walk real creepy like and talk broken English. It's like, hey, Vince, we don't do that shit no more, dude.
We don't. Why the hell not?
Yeah, exactly.
You got choppy your pee-pee.
Yeah. So, I mean, those days are gone. And I think that he got, you know, the whole We Make Movies pal. And the big focus on. I really do believe that he really wanted to have a movie studio, and have like The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker be stars in major
this
movies.
comment right here, the Green Ancient Myth. I'm gonna let that one slide because like Tachiri has been doing that forever. The whole Green Ancient Mist
spitting green mist is a tradition.
Yeah.
Green mist burns, red mist blinds, or vice versa, something like that.
The black
red
mist burns.
And black
I
mist
thought
is
the
poison.
itch
Right.
burned. I thought chlamydia burned.
Oh God.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Never mind. James, is that true?
Yeah.
What's the matter? You burning?
Oh man.
So I mean, that being said, I mean, you've had these guys chomping at the bit, sit in the background, who have probably pitched so many ideas to Vince, and Vince has just been shooting them down because of
this is horrible.
His creative control nature, or total control nature, and now I don't want to say the floodgates are open, but I think you have someone who's in creative control now who may just be more open to suggestion or other creative ideas or creative avenues.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing now in WWE is a better balance with sports entertainment and professional wrestling, which is more like 60-40, like 60 wrestling, 40 sports entertainment, which is a good balance. And AEW is just, doing the opposite. They're doing, I would say that AEW is probably doing 80-20, where they're doing a bit more on the wrestling and a little bit less on the sports entertainment. But the wrestling that we're getting, because of what their formula is and what their brand is, it's different from what WWE offers, and so it's better than watching the same thing on two different brands of different channels. And so we're getting a different flavor, and it's thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Everything.
Look,
everything.
so I agree with that. There's a couple comments that Jace made. Ziggler is a monster the last few weeks. I agree. AEW is not, in my opinion, the modern ECW.
Oh God, no.
ECW,
no.
That's a different story from the other day.
No.
We don't want to go into that.
This week in professional wrestling has been phenomenal.
Correct.
And AEW just lit the fuse. We were talking about it on Monday. How can Tony Khan make this? Triple H came in and was like, "Yo, hold my sledgehammer." What was Tony Khan going to do? Remember how we were like, Tony needs to do some crazy shit, and by crazy shit, I don't mean giving Parker a fucking contract.
He did my favorite thing today that I was really happy about that we'll get into later.
Yeah. Tony Khan listens to the fans. Triple H listens to the fans. Finally, someone is listening to what we want. And that's only going to make wrestling fucking phenomenal.
Vince said he
can make wrestling a lot better than. Well, yeah, that thing.
Pal.
So, like I said,
Golden Egg.
Wrestling has taken off, and I mean, look, we got Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia in a 2 out of 3 falls match, and bro, whoa, hold on, let's go back to the CM Punk, and CM Punk thing. I mean, because that was lit.
My nipples
that was on fire.
As self-righteous and sanctimonious as I feel the CM Punk is, there are just times where he grabs the mic and he lights it on fire. And tonight, he had 2 just beautiful gems. And one of them was Jon Moxley. For the second time, you're the 3rd best guy in your group.
Straight.
Talk about a dig.
Put the gun away.
A dig, man. I mean, that is just a dig with a twist.
Now,
especially because CM Punk started the Shield.
Yep.
And then your best friend Eddie Kingston. He's the second best Kingston I've shared a locker room with.
Eddie Kingston sucks.
God
Kofi reference.
damn. God damn. I mean, they were just, man, he was laying them in and he was like, am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth?
Yep.
And like we said here on the show before, what does a heel do? Heel tells the
Tell
truth.
the fucking truth.
It's an inconvenient
And
truth.
what you guys don't understand is
It's the
people
truth.
hate when the heel's talking because the heel
Oh yes.
is shooting straight fire. But of course, people are like, "Oh, I don't want to believe that because he's a bad guy and he's a jerk and blah blah blah." No, like
He was
everything CM Punk was
complaining on the
saying was
pod,
actual
yeah.
fucking facts, dude. Big facts. And you know, we talk about this. We talked about it. We're like, dude, and Julian brought it up. Every time William Regal's on the mic, William Regal was like, Daniel Bryan is so amazing. He's the greatest wrestler of all time. This guy's when I look at a wrestler, I look at him and say he's the best.
Prototype of the
He's
of
the
the
prototype
best
of a pro
wrestler.
wrestler.
He's a wrestler.
And then
I
there's
wanna
John
be.
Moxley.
And this guy.
And I'm like, dude, for months
this
he's
guy
been
over
doing
here.
that, and no one has caught on to it. I'm like, dude,
he-
like he just shot on Moxley.
He did that like in 2 or 3 promos, and I was like,
Yeah.
is anyone else watching this? That's
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
In the last promo, he said Claudio Castagnoli is probably the strongest member of the Blackpool Combat Club and one of the most talented. Then we have Wheeler Yuta. He's one of the most talented upstarts, and he's a great member of the Blackpool Combat Club. And then we have my boy Daniel Bryan, the prototype of professional wrestling. And then we have John Moxley. And I was like,
No,
dude,
what?
that's like saying
your
that's like
AEW
saying,
champion.
I have filet mignon, lobster, crab, bologna. You know, like goddamn. Can you slap a motherfucker?
And when he said it, Mox was champion. I was like, dude,
Yes.
this is
Right.
the dude's holding the championship.
Now what?
Like,
Now watch when
you gonna put some respect on it. Like, what's up?
When
No respect.
Daniel
Man.
Garcia joins the BCC, he's gonna say, "Oh, and Daniel Garcia is the greatest wrestling of all time," and then John Moxley. That's what he's gonna do.
Look,
Dude,
look,
I
quite honestly,
thought
man.
I thought he was planting the seeds for Moxley turn
Oh,
like before now. I like this would
Mhm.
happen weeks ago because the first 2 times he said it, I mean, I was talking to BJ and we were on the podcast. And I was like, he said that shit again. Like I personally would like,
Like
hey,
blatantly
motherfucker,
said it too.
like
Yeah.
Will, bro, hey man, we need to talk.
Can you stop shitting on me, bro? Like I'm the champ.
Yeah, for
big
real.
stuff shit on me. I want to be loved, damn it.
So during this promo, this back and forth promo,
Oh
my
my.
god, they threw some haymaker, dude. They were shooting, and like you can tell Moxley was getting pissed, like legit
was so-
pissed.
He's like, damn, I can't come up
Like,
with anything.
okay, so as a worker, I can tell.
Shane, that is freaking true.
Yeah, he could have come up with
Mhm.
nothing.
CM Punk is just a little bit wittier on the mic than a lot of people, and Moxley happens to be one of them.
But I'm afraid
Mm-hmm.
if I touch you, you're just gonna start bleeding.
That shit
Yeah.
had me dying,
Yeah,
and he did it so nonchalantly. He was just like, blah blah blah. Man, look,
You-
I'm afraid if I touch you right now, you'll start bleeding everywhere. I was like, damn.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard during that
Oh my god, it was
because it's true.
hilarious.
Every match where John has, he just bleeds
Everywhere.
nonstop.
gratuitously.
Yeah.
Now I will say the little slap fight these two had was not believable.
Oh no, I
They
don't listen
they
to
were
Cornette.
not
Fuck him.
going full in on it. Not at all. Not
No.
at all.
Fuck Cornette.
Okay, so let me say this because Shane, you just said something that many people say. Fuck Cornette.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Jim Cornette.
Oh,
Jim
man.
Cornette says the same shit that we say. He just don't know when to shut the fuck up.
No, you know that.
That's Cornette's problem.
Yeah.
Cornette's like, yo, this match, Cornette. This is how we're talking about this thing. This thing was amazing. These guys shot on each other. The slap fight was kind of stupid. You know, the fact
Goddamn.
that he walked out, came back in, ran, and tried to dive over the security guard that looked just like a young blonde CM Punk, by the way.
Motherfucker.
Hey,
You know how he did all this stuff and how this, that, and the other thing, right? That was ridiculous. They did it too far. But I like the fact that it was a gang warfare. It was like, yo, we're gonna fight regardless, right?
Yeah.
But the way now, this is Jim Cornette. Let me tell you something about these fucking kids these days. These kids these days, man, they'll go do the same shit over and over and over and over again, and they'll keep doing that shit because they think it's cool. But then they'll keep doing the same shit over and over and over again because they're fucking stupid, right? They're fucking stupid. Like that one time I was at McDonald's and I told a stupid lady at McDonald's, "Hey, remember the fucking fries, bitch? I said no salt. I said no salt on fries, and she gave me 2 packs of salt, and she gave me 4 packs of things of ketchup. And I asked for no ketchup. She told me, I'm giving you 2 things of ketchup. What the fuck does that got to do with what we were just talking about? That's fucking
great.
Jim Cornette, bro. That's Jim Cornette. Oh, and Jace, you're right. Shout out to my boy BJ Whitmer, formerly Ring of Honor,
BJ Whitmer,
Dungeon of Doom member. He was in his hot pink shirt.
Yes.
Still swole as fuck.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So whenever we watch Dark Side of the Ring, they show Jim Cornette in this room with all his wrestling memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his parents' basement?
Probably.
No comment.
Now, because I mean, they went to Bill Apter's house. I think it was Bill. No. They went to Apter's house on the WWE show where they were like getting stuff for the warehouse.
Yeah.
And that was in the basement. I mean, I'm guessing that was like his basement. There was a bunch of wrestling stuff down there. But Jim Cornette looked like he lived in either his parents' basement or attic. I know Paul Heyman did for a long time, so you know.
Yeah, definitely Paul Heyman.
No shade, but I mean, okay, yeah, shade, but still.
Just a tiny. We respect Paul Heyman. We respect Paul Heyman.
He's like, no shade. I'm no really shade.
Yeah, sorry, shade. Yeah.
He's like, this Vegas Heat shade right here.
Either that or he was in Jason's, bedroom. Because
wow,
that place, Jason's bedroom looked like a merch stand for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Jason, like, motherfucker, I know where you live. He's like talking shit about me. I know where you live.
Oh man.
Nah, man, for real. This promo was great. Shane Paul.
Hey man. And dude, no.
Dude.
The shirts are gone.
Why
would you get rid of the shirts?
Nah, but for real though, this whole promo was great. The way they played it off, excellent. It built anticipation for a pay-per-view. Like I'm expecting to see this at All Out.
Which now is going to happen next week on Dynamite.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Bro, so
that threw me
okay.
for a loop.
That can only be one thing.
Okay, now hold on.
Don't start speculating just yet.
I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to speculate on the outcome. What I'm saying is, as soon as I saw the promo come up for them fighting for the belt next week, I was like, Tony Khan's hot shotting.
You said that in chat. You said he's hot shotting, but
and it totally threw me back to like the old WWE, WCW, and I get that. But however, I don't think next week is going to have a definitive outcome.
I know what the outcome could be.
Unless they showed a promo with somebody with
the
belt.
They wouldn't do this match early if we have a certain someone return that's been isolating himself.
Look,
Cowboy.
We're not going to have the fucking Fiend in AEW, okay? Let's just get that out of the way.
I said isolating himself. Who's been isolating himself from the AEW locker room?
Who? MJF?
MJF.
Okay. So look, here's a thought. Look,
would MJF
match
really
all out with Adam Page?
I mean, MJF has a beef with both Moxley and Punk.
True.
Does he have beef with Moxley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they also had the match at the pay-per-view Revolution.
Okay. I mean, I know he's got one.
But you know what? With the whole Pinnacle gimmick, like tonight they were like the Pinnacle.
Always wins.
What if MJF came back and won the championship? There's your new 4 horsemen.
I mean, we thought that was going to be that.
You got a big guy like Lex Luger, Sid Vicious. You got the tag team guys, Blanchard and Anderson. You got the guy on the mic, like fucking Ric Flair. You got MJF.
They're not going
Okay.
to be partnered up with MJF again. I know that for
If
sure.
MJF interferes next week, and at the pay-per-view it's a 3-way, you know MJF is walking out as champion.
Oh, he's going to walk out as champion.
I mean, that's the only way to go. It seems like AEW is like the rotation of injured people. I mean, they're starting to come back. I mean, that's how it usually goes. It's kind of funny because Bailey just came back too. So it would be perfect timing for MJF to come back. He's been off TV a long enough time. Kenny Omega's back. I mean, the roster is...
It's building back up.
I mean, the roster was already full. I mean,
right.
I've used the word bloated in the past, but the roster is totally full. They've got enough people to have regular shows on Dynamite, Rampage, Dark, and Elevation, and like never have and have 4 completely separate brands.
Oh no, Kenny's definitely 100%. He's working, y'all. He's working the fuck out of everyone.
Okay, so Jace, so I watched that match, and as a worker, I can see Kenny working.
Yeah, he definitely.
But when they did the spot where they put him on on the fucking guardrail, and Dragon Lee dive through with that fucking climb.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I literally was like, "Oh fuck." You know,
I think Dragon Lee fucked himself up on that move.
Yeah, no, Dragon Lee fucked himself up.
Oh, for sure.
So because after the match, after the pin, you can see Kenny talking to him like, and I think it was like, "Hey, dude, are you okay?" Because
just put me away.
Thanks for busting your ass, jumping through the ring ropes.
Yes,
and taking the one-winged angel. And I know you don't want to lose your mask, but you know it's about to happen.
Now,
but don't worry, we're not going to show it on TV completely.
Nah. And now people are saying, why do they keep doing the removing the mask? Because it happens in AAA all the time. It's the most disrespectful thing that can happen is by losing the mask.
The only way can be
legit, that's a disqualification in Mexico.
Yeah.
The only way it can be more disrespectful is if Andrade took off his mask and then pulled out his pants and teabagged him.
Oh man.
Shit.
Now
that's changed right for once.
Wait, for
that doesn't
what?
happen too often. That
Oh,
doesn't happen too often.
cool.
So breathe that shit in, Shane.
Is that a blue moon outside that I see here?
I'm gonna bring it in, man.
Shout out to my boy Romeo from True Hill Heat.
Bring it in, man.
Bring it in, man.
So yeah, man, that was a great fucking match. It was fucking phenomenal. Then we go. Let's go. Let's backtrack. Let's get it all in. Let's get it on. Best 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yo, Daniel Bryan getting choked out, kind of warmed my heart a little bit.
Daniel Garcia.
Actually,
this is the way to put the young kid over, man.
Actually, Daniel Garcia hitting that Paul Orndorff power driver was just
right. Holy shit!
Yes. And he bounced and he bounced that power driver.
Oh yeah! Oh
my god, man! That was
Bryan Danielson also selling the injury of his neck.
The selling in this match, like Shane just said, was phenomenal. The fact that the young guy got over, and see, this is good. This is good professional wrestling. This is good storytelling, because Bryan Danielson lost the first fall.
Correct.
I wasn't expecting that.
After winning the third fall, he gets up to shake the guy's hand, and you can see Garcia was like, "I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to shake his hand."
But
and then the spot where he got pushed to the side, it was like, oh, he pushed him to the side and attacked him. And Garcia was like, you can read his mouth. What the fuck are you doing? So that right there was kind of like, oh, okay. Now you can slowly see the face turn. This one is so great. And now next week, they're going to meet in the middle of the ring. And I'm guaranteeing you 2 things are going to happen. One, Jericho's going to get fucking pissed off.
Yeah,
He's going to join the Blackpool
off.
Combat. He's going to be like, I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
I don't give a shit. I'm Red Death, bitch.
Bring me the king of the world, Jericho. Damn it.
Here's
I
the
want
thing.
the king of the world.
You know what? I don't think he's going to join Blackpool Combat Club because that would be redundant. It would like be having another Bryan Danielson.
So
You don't
We
need
have to
to.
have guys go after the tag team titles.
It'll be a hat wearing a hat.
The tag team titles.
Nah, man. But
And
you know
those
what?
2 guys are gonna do it.
Two submission guys, like the classic is like the submission quit guy and the powerhouse guy. That's the way we like it.
So when William Regal cut the promos, we got 2 Bryan Danielsons in the house and Jon Moxley.
And Jon Moxley. Oh, and Cesaro.
And Jon Moxley.
The Swiss Superman, the strongest man in wrestling.
Claudia,
the greatest tag team in wrestling right here. And Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley.
So is the ROH championship being relegated to Rampage or what?
Looks like it.
I think so.
It's gonna be your Friday belt, your Friday TV championship.
Yep.
That's sure. Yeah, that's not about.
I'm okay with that.
So speaking of that, let me go to the women's match. Toni Storm versus Kaylen King. Kaylen King being a 6'1" powerhouse. Dude, Kaylen King is great in the ring. And she whooped Toni Storm's ass.
She did.
Toni
She
Storm
really
made her look, she looked really good against Toni Storm. She had a 7-4 record or something like that, or 17-14 record or something like that, or some obscure record. But she is great. She is one of those. She's one of those women that you can build a division around people like that. And now that they actually have all of these, now they got all of these great athletes. You know what I'm saying? Now they got all these great athletes that they can be any type of match. Dude, go for it. Let's go. Let's have fun with it.
Absolutely.
So
and we
let's
learned
have fun with it.
We learned one thing today.
What did we learn, Shane?
That Toni Storm's finisher is the Sweet Cheeks music.
Yeah, I think that was Jim Ross being a pervert.
I died.
Yeah, I think Jim Ross was being a pervert.
The Sweet Cheeks music. I was like, okay, why not? Fucking.
I think JR just wants to put his barbecue sauce on it.
So Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks just posted to his story on Instagram the Elite T-shirts.
New ones?
And they're new Elite T-shirts.
Oh, good God.
Not the old ones, brand new.
Brand new merch.
Right. Get that at shop.com.aew.
They got free shipping? What's going on?
Free shipping?
I don't know.
What's that free shipping go, man?
Free
20%
shipping
off?
discount code.
I've been sitting on my Everyone Loves the Acclaim shirt, but that free shipping promo hasn't come up recently.
Maybe we should have talks with the shop of AEW and have a discount code.
Shane, you remember
Roundtable Pro Wrestling Pod.
Just like I'm waiting for my Hit Row merch to show up too.
Hit Row. I was so happy when it came back.
I hope they have a BOGO because I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna get one free for Jason Thompson.
Wow! You see that, Jace? After all that shit you talking about you, they gonna buy you off with a shirt.
Right.
Look at me, man. I'm generous.
Waiting for a long time. God damn it.
Just like I've been waiting for a shirt since 1997.
Damn it, I've been waiting for Bray Wyatt to come back, and once that shit hit on the WWE shop, I'm buying it.
He says I'm burning it. It ain't gonna be a 3MB shirt, I hope not.
3MB.
Man, you can only get 3MB shirts on eBay.
Which they probably cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I know, right? They're like way out of my price range.
Right, shit.
Like I got kids to feed.
Man, they're selling twice the price as a PS5 right now, which is
I got kids, man.
Jesus Christ. You guys are fucking ridiculous.
Them 3MB shirts are a mortgage, bro.
Like,
so this match with Kaylen King. Anyway, so this match with Kaylen King, when she won the match, they go right back to Thunder Rosa, who's not standing in the WWE version of the looking at the screen. She actually was looking at the fucking screen, and she gave this little golf clap. They're supposed to be tag teamers. Like this, we best friends. We all know the story.
Thunderstorm.
See now, if it was me, I would be
we
going
all
like
know if you're a tag team, you can't trust your partner.
You can't what?
If you're a champion and you're in a tag team, you can't trust your partner.
No, not that word.
No, I'm not gonna say the dirtiest C word in the world. I'm not saying the dirtiest C word.
You can't coexist.
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying the dirtiest C word.
Can't coexist.
Can't coexist.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. What did you say, Julian? Wait, what did you say? Exactly. Julian can't be on the show, ladies and gentlemen, because he keeps saying the naughty C word.
You can't mute people anymore. We got points for that shit. So unmute.
You see, I just muted both their asses right now. Because apparently we can't dirty C word on this group. I can't dirty C word with Shane, and apparently I can't dirty C word with Julian. And I bet Julian's going into the chat right now. I bet he's going to the chat. Yep, that's what he's doing. He's going to the chat. If he says that dirty C word in the chat, I'm going to ban him from the chat. I'm going to ban him from the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Here, I'll unmute Shane.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Coexist.
Don't talk. I said it. I said it, ladies and gentlemen.
Guess
Can
what?
we coexist on the show? Can we coexist? I said it. Dirty C word.
No more.
You said it.
Look.
All right,
you
now
know what? You know what? Why don't we just let things? Why don't we just let it play out? Why don't we just let it play out?
Okay.
It's another
yes, we're gonna watch Thunderstorm fall apart at the seams.
This is gonna be about the thunder or the storm. Find out.
Because they literally just announced that All Out, the AEW Women's World Championships on the line, Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. Now, didn't we already see this match?
I don't know.
Oh.
We already saw this match. Tony Khan, listen to me. First, you lose my confidence, Tony, by signing Parker Boudreaux.
Fuck him.
I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. The guy is as fucking as talented as a jar of mayonnaise.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. But now you're putting the same match on. I love Toni Storm and I love Thunder Rosa, friend of the channel. But I don't want to see this match again. Give the title match to someone like Killer King.
You know
what?
what?
Let her wrestle fucking what's her name? Let her wrestle the baddie.
Hold on a second. Much like from that famous movie, The Equalizer, starring Denzel Washington. You know, you said you wanted more professional wrestling, and now you're getting it. And now, I mean, maybe it's getting some of the same matches over and over. Maybe you're getting some of the similar matches. Maybe you're getting some people that you don't necessarily want to see, or two contenders against each other that you don't want to see. But like Denzel said in The Equalizer, don't complain about the mud when you pray for rain.
Yeah.
You know what? Man. You motherfucking positive ass, Julian.
You motherfucking positive ass.
You know what? I posted something on Facebook the other day about being positive. And I was like, every day I'm going to post something positive, some positive reinforcement on Facebook. And Julian, you motherfucking positive ass, Marshall, every week ass.
That's right. That's right.
You know what we did on TV every week? QT,
not COVID positive.
Goddamn Marshall. God damn it.
Oh my God. Okay. You're right. Maybe. You know what? I want a women's division. Let's have good matches.
Yeah.
If we want better professional wrestling, we need three things.
3 fingers down, 4 fingers up, 2 twists in the middle. 4 fingers up, 2 twists in the middle.
The OG3.
Oh, double OG.
Jace,
3 of me and Hit Row together?
See,
come get your boy.
Vince, I was about to say Vince. Triple H isn't like he's not ready to hot shot yet. He's not ready to blow the roof off the place.
Jace,
watch.
Come get your boy.
Watch.
Come get your boy, Jace.
Pickles fan, you're like 4 weeks too late, man. Pickles fan, go look up waffle stomping.
Look.
or docking. Or docking.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, these are the words for Julian and Julian only. They do not reflect those of the Roundtable Person Podcast, BuddyStem.net, and or any other human being on the face of God's screen earth.
You know what I say?
Is that about the 3MB thing or the waffle stomping?
The 3MB thing.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
That makes a lot more sense than the waffle stomping.
Oh man, 3MB versus Hit Row. Oh shit.
That would be
Oh, you're
Row.
hurting Julian.
Hit Row.
You're hurting
3MB,
Julian.
3MB all day, every day.
3MB?
All day, every day. That's like a house of champions right there.
Dude, that was sell out of Mania. Shit.
Man,
Anyway.
3MB is like a Monte Cristo sandwich.
I'm gonna. I want waffles now. Gross.
Yeah, waffles.
Waffles. Too much with you guys.
Gross.
Tony Storm beats Kalen King. Then we get the best part of the night for Shane. The Gun Club totally destroys the Varsity Blondes. I mean, they came out there and beat the shit out of the Varsity Blondes. And they beat the shit out of their daddy. Jim Ross sold it like this. Can you believe they're beating up their daddy? For those who don't have their daddies anymore, you should be ashamed of yourself, Gun Club. You should be ashamed of yourself. I was like, Jim, what the fuck are you talking about?
We're no than having dad. We're freaking sorry.
He was
My
like,
God,
he was like,
God, that man got a family.
Daddy. They're beating up their daddy. Why are they doing this? Why are they beating up their daddy? You damn badass kids.
Oh man, they just
Jim
owned
Ross,
him.
calm down. Jim was
They
taking that
disowned
shit personal.
Man, this was really sad when Bacon disowned Blink. Like, no joke.
Bro, Jim Ross was taking that shit personal. He was like, damn it, stop beating your daddy.
Jim
Stop
Ross,
beating your daddy.
you wanna
Daddy,
talk
don't.
about
Daddy,
it?
don't. I was
You
like,
wanna talk
God damn,
about
Jim,
Jim
are you
Ross?
okay? Like, do you need a hug? Do you want me to give you the
My
bear when
God,
the
Jim
guy
Ross
touched you?
had me
Like, what the fuck?
dying. Jim Ross had me dying. Oh,
By
Oh,
God,
man.
my daddy left
Every
me.
week, Jim Ross is on one. I don't think it's barbecue sauce you've been drinking. I think you've been drinking a little bit of fucking bubbly.
Don't need a little bit of the bubbly.
little bit
By
of
God.
bubbly.
Jim Ross, you want to
but
come
then-
on this podcast and talk about your daddy issues? If you want to.
I know, right? You want us to
come
give you a
right
hug,
ahead.
Jim? We'll give you a hug. We'll just give you a hug, a role model handshake, something.
Oh man, that was.
But then the
great.
Gun Club gets pretty much bought out, so to speak, by your boy Stokely Hathaway, who posted on Twitter, by the way. Now I'm the ass daddy.
Oh man.
Trademark. I saw that.
And then
I was like, Big
finally,
Big
and then
Stoke on Twitter, ladies and
finally-
gentlemen.
Big Stoke.
Big
That
Stoke
Big
on
Stoke.
Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Stokely having no fucking problems with that shit.
Is he done with the baddies now or what?
different strokes.
No, he's building an
What the hell?
empire, bro.
Oh my
They
God.
should rename the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn trio Different Strokes. The world's gonna move to the beat of just one drum.
God damn it.
What might be right for you?
It might be right for
Yeah,
you.
not right for
It's
some.
not right for some. We're fucking old, Julie.
Yeah, you guys are. You guys missed
Shut up,
shit.
Shane. No one cares about
Damn.
you. Yeah, so the
Every
Acclaim
time.
came down. The Acclaim came down, ran them off, and Anthony Bowens looked over. He looked over at Billy Gunn. He looked at Max
And they
Castle.
said, he looked him in the
Billy
the
Gunn. He
eyes.
said,
He said, "Let's make Shane's night."
Oh yes. Oh yes. Come on, guys. Come on.
"Bro,
Scissor me.
this is what I heard.
Come on, guys. Scissor me. Come on,
Look,
damn it.
look,
Scissor me.
look.
That's all I ask.
All I knew is Billy Gunn looked at him. He looked at Billy Gunn, and I heard this.
Oh man, I'm
Hey,
sweating
Billy.
already.
I see you over there in that corner.
I
sitting on your
I popped
ass.
so many blue chew. It's
He said,
unreal.
"Shane, go get the
Why don't you do me a
Kleenex
favor, Billy?
because we're about to have a
Don't you-
cleanup on aisle 6.
Shit, I'm kind
Look me in my
And by
eyes
aisle 6, I mean your thigh."
and scissor me, daddy. I was like, what are we doing here?
You know,
He
I
looked at me and
said,
goes,
no, I
scissor me,
legitimately
daddy.
said, I
It
legitimately
was
said
like
on the
it was like
podcast,
he
listen, I don't care about the Gun Club. If Billy Gunn was part of the freaking Acclaim, I'll be all right with it. Now look what happened. Tony, listen to me. Tony, listen to me. If you listen to me, you'll get great ratings. Just hire me as a booker, you know? I mean, yeah, you're right. I do. But, you know, I haven't posted in weeks. So.
He looks. It was like, you know, those videos where like the guy is coming home from like the army or something, and his wife
Yes.
is picking him up at the airport, and she looks across the airport, he looks across the airport, and they run and they jump into each other's arms. That's what I picture Anthony Bowens and Billy Gunn doing when he fucking said, "Scissor me, daddy." I was like, what the fuck? That was one of the funniest parts of the night.
We'll get Bray this year, damn it. It's coming. It's freaking coming.
That was one of the funniest parts of the night. But from that we go to the world. I mean, look, then we go to Jungle Boy.
Who tried?
Yeah.
He tried.
Jungle Man.
He tried.
We went to Jungle Man.
He tried. That's all. Tried.
Apparently, Luchasaurus was.
I can't really be serious about this whole thing. Because this was the dumbest fucking segment. Jungle Boy
stinks of everything he's in. I'm sorry.
You go to all this. You have all this hot and heavy action,
and then Jungle Boy just comes and stinks it up.
Yeah, Jungle Boy's like, okay, it's like you're on the freeway, you're in the fast lane. All the cars are doing 90 miles an hour.
Well, you're going 30 because you're used to the speed limit.
She slows down to fucking 30, and she's got to back everybody up and just ruin everybody's fucking day. That's what happened when Jungle Boy came to the ring.
Jungle Boy.
That was like my popcorn break.
Jungle Boy looks to me like -1 in 8th grade. Without the mask, of course.
And then Christian had to save it.
Dude, the segment was so bad, Luchasaurus is like, nah, I'm not going to be part of this bullshit.
Nah.
And Luchasaurus eating some oranges. If Luchasaurus ain't part of the bullshit, you know it's bad.
You know it's bad.
And it started out with last week I had this t-shirt on. And this t-shirt I had on was really bad. And I promised I would never wear that t-shirt again. Because that t-shirt I had on was really bad. And I was like, who cares about your t-shirt?
What's your question?
I have a question.
What's your question?
Anybody remember what t-shirt he had on?
Not a fucking clue.
No.
Something about Christian's pussy.
Idea.
No,
I remember
it was Christian is a pussy. That's it.
Yeah, Christian is a pussy.
Was that last week?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was last week. So you got a shirt that says Christian is a pussy. And he's like, but they told me.
Oh, we got another worst Cassidy hater.
Like, you can never wear that shirt again, ever again. I've seen worse on the show, Tony Khan.
Correct.
I've seen Parker Boudreaux.
Oh man, he's gonna be the AEW Rampage star.
Hey, Jungle Boy, again about
taking that shit
about that t-shirt you had on.
Yeah, no, Marco Stunt is no longer with AEW. It was ridiculous. That totally slowed down the momentum for me. But then we picked it right back up with the main event, Trios Championship, quarterfinal match or whatnot for the first ever Trios titles. When they came out. And Brandon Cutler unzipped his jacket. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, what next? You got Johnny Mundo come out? Oh, Johnny Nitro? Johnny Elite? Dressed as Kenny Omega? I would have died, bro. I would have died laughing if they did that. But then Kenny comes out and fucking... No. Wait. What made it funny for me was Jim Ross was like, yes, Kenny Omega's back. Kenny Omega's back. And then Tony was like, but that also means Don Callis. Damn it.
Jim Ross is great. He's one in a million.
He was all excited and he was like, Kenny Omega's back. Kenny Omega's back. And Tony was like, but that also means Don Callis. He was like, Kenny Omega's...
God damn it. By God, damn it.
Man.
It's Don Callis.
So Kenny Omega made his return, comes to the ring, and he's wearing this shoulder brace across his chest, big old strap. Here's the thing. Kenny had fucking like 15 major surgeries.
Yes, he did.
Correct. Yes.
Shocking return. I mean, last week we had CM Punk return. This week we had fucking...
It wasn't really shocking because everyone knew what was gonna happen, but it's fun to see him back though. Let's just say it that.
Well, okay. So yeah, I get what you're saying about that.
Yeah.
We hoped Just like, I mean, but here's the thing. AEW is so smart about it. Because AEW was like, we never once said Kenny Omega was coming back.
Correct.
We didn't advertise Kenny Omega. We didn't say Kenny was coming back. All we said was, there's a mystery partner. Everyone just assumed it was Kenny because of the trios titles. So yeah, it was Kenny. They sold out a fucking arena on the presence of is CM Punk gonna come back from retirement?
And he did.
Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan comes back last week. Comes back and there's a 2 out of 3 falls match this week. So many comeback. And here's the thing: we talked about when the pops are over.
Mm-hmm.
When the pops are over, what next? You're right, Jace. That show, like they talked about it on Being the Elite. That's it. They never once said on AEW.
Right.
But the thing about this whole AEW being able to like build, like sell out buildings and hype up matches and hype up things without saying something, is that AEW listens to the fans. They listen to the fans.
They did it with Cody Rhodes.
Well, I think that
they did it with Cody Rhodes. You're right.
So CM Punk coming back was the worst kept secret in professional wrestling.
I mean, was it? Because everyone already knew.
It was, dude. It was the worst kept secret ever. But Kenny Omega coming back, you hope for the best, but you plan for the worst, kind of thing. But it was kind of expected, and so everybody got what they wanted. Everybody was happy. Brian Danielson is back. We don't know where Hangman Page was because he obviously didn't come out for his challenge against CM Punk tonight. Claudio shows up weeks ago, wins the Ring of Honor World Championship. I mean, so you're getting the pops, you're getting the intros, you're getting the new faces. I mean, the fans are being made happy on a pretty regular basis, so they just got to keep it that way.
There's no more.
That's where the problem's going to be.
While
what happens when they're not happy?
Stars.
And you know what? Okay, I'm gonna draw a little heat real quick.
Here
it is. I'm gonna draw a little heat. I know I'm a heat magnet. I know I got more heat than the stove. But here's the thing. And I want you guys just hear me out before you guys say anything.
What?
I was looking at feet in the dark corner. Yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy. At the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, you got to think about this. We as wrestling fans, we're all excited about what we're going to see week after week after week after week. Like, I was shocked that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was there. I was fucking excited. I marked the fuck out. In my opinion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of wrestling. His arm drags, legendary.
Yes.
Like I worked hard to perfect those Ricky Steamboat deep arm drags because they are legendary. But the point I'm making about wrestling is that it's never going to be everything you want. Never. You're never going to be satisfied. Fans are never going to be truly satisfied with anything. That's why we have these WWE fans that hate AEW. We have these AEW fans that hate WWE. And it's not because they hate the product. It's because they're not getting what they want from the product. Like Shane. Shane wants the fucking Fiend, Bray Wyatt, to show up at SmackDown or on Raw or here at AEW. It's not going to happen. People, if all these pops, all these people that are coming up, people are like, oh, like all these former WWE guys, all these former whatever guys, they're not building any new stars. WWE is now taking their time with Braun Breaker and guys in NXT, building them to be stars. That's why they're sending guys down to NXT to build those guys up to be stars. But when Vince was around, he'd bring those guys up to the main roster and shit on them. AEW, people have complained about, oh, well, AEW has all these fucking guys, and then they like Anthony Henry. AEW just signed Anthony Henry, one of the workhorsemen. We see Anthony Henry the other day on the DPW show. Anthony Henry is fucking amazing. Yeah, I've been saying that for years. Anthony Henry is fucking awesome, right? But here's the thing: he's a young talent. You're not gonna have a young talent just come in and just start smashing people. They're gonna get their ass whooped for a long time. Look, Jungle Boy was getting his ass whooped for a long time too. The Dark Order getting their ass whooped for a long time. They're building these people. AEW is building these people from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Classic example: Garcia. Not once
I
but
like this
twice
cover right
tapping
here.
out Danielson. Twice tapping out Danielson. How many people in the industry can say they did that?
Here's the thing.
You tell me three people. You tell me three people in WWE, NWA, AEW, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling that can say they tapped out Bryan Danielson not once but twice. Nobody can say that shit. Not The Rock, not Cena, not Kurt Angle, not Roman Reigns. None of these fucking people.
Acknowledge me.
This fucking guy, Daniel Garcia.
But Roman stacked him on top of Edge and pinned him. That's kind of a 2-1, but okay.
Yeah, but Roman, but the point is,
yes,
they made. I said this when he fucking beat him the first time. This guy's a star. Look at his Titantron when he comes out, or his fucking entrance thing now. It says the Dragon Slayer. Like the dude's got a name now.
It kind of reminds me of when Seth Rollins slayed the Beast at WrestleMania. That's what it kind of reminds me.
Yeah, the Beast Slayer.
Yeah, I became the King Slayer. Like like all this shit. But look at this. They literally overnight made a megastar out of Garcia. And so what do?
So here's the thing.
You put him in another match and he does it again, and now he's breaking off from the group that he was in. Because now he's, in a sense, he's become bigger than the group.
Correct, because he's a wrestler, not a sports entertainer.
So AEW is making people, as much as I fucking hate to say this, I really fucking hate to say this.
Go ahead.
Look at Sammy Guevara.
Oh, I think it's St. Parker, but okay.
No.
They getting shit.
No.
That ain't ever going to fucking happen with Brock Jr. But they're making these young guys, they're putting these young guys over. They're making them stars. Now you can look at Sammy Guevara and you can say he's seriously a threat to the AEW TNT title. He's a threat. He's held it twice. Maybe he can go after the world championship. Look at Ricky Starks. They literally made Ricky Starks a fucking household name now.
They did.
Well, see, here's the
Will
thing.
Hobbs. Will Hobbs. No one knew who Will Hobbs was 3 years ago. I mean, I did because I was on the indie scenes with him, but my boy Rick Luxury at AEW trained him, but no one knew who the fuck Will Hobbs was unless you were in Sacramento or the Bay Area. Now look.
Yeah.
The
thing is, wrestling fans, that what makes some wrestling fans so mad is that, given the nature of professional wrestling, everyone wants their favorites pushed to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
For example, on our predictions championship scorecards,
that don't mean nothing. Pickles. Man.
I was picking Madcap Moss because I was like, oh, this dude's got to win. Like, why wouldn't he win? This dude's going to the moon. Now, granted, history proved me right. What I'm saying is, I was just a little bit earlier in the party. But every wrestling fan has their favorite that they want to see pushed to the moon. And there's a lot of talented young. Actually, AEW has a huge pool of young, talented guys. And for lack of a better word, you can't shoot your wad all at once. So they've got to have a couple guys come out the gate and just kind of go, run their course, go through the track. It's not like you have a Hogan on top that you're feeding people to. I mean, you actually have a system where, okay, you can go after tag belts, you can go after trios belts, you can go after the Inter-Euro Asia belt, you can go after the TNT championship. There's a lot of things you can do. And there's probably going to be a track you have to follow, like a certain guy that you have to fight in order to progress forward or whatever. But wrestling fans as a whole, whether it's AEW, WWE, Impact, New Japan, whatever, just get a little antsy and a little mad and a little salty when the person they want to see pushed doesn't get pushed to the moon immediately. I mean, for example, I was a huge fan of Perry Saturn, especially when he's part of the Eliminators. And when he was in the Eliminators and they were in ECW, they were killing motherfuckers left and right. But, when he went to WCW, when he went to WWE, not so much. But he was still a favorite of mine. Would I have loved to have seen him, carry a couple of straps or, carry the tag belts for a long time? Of course I would have. And every time he had the opportunity, I got a little excited, but I kind of knew that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, just like, why didn't the APA hold the tag team belts like multiple times? Why didn't why wasn't Mr. Perfect heavyweight champion?
Yeah, why wasn't he?
Things like that. So, but we as fans, you just kind of have to accept the booking and accept. You have to accept it. Well, you don't have to accept it. You can change the channel or you cannot watch. But it is what it is. But some
Personal
fans
choice.
just get a little bit too toxic and they take it a little bit too personally. And they really do forget that what they're watching is a show with a predetermined outcome that is supposed to tell a certain story.
Yes. And sometimes people forget that.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Guevara
1,000%.
It doesn't matter if he has muscles. If he can do it, he can do it.
Yeah.
That's what I freaking hate. The whole, oh, he's so skinny, don't have any muscle. I hate that shit. Especially with Adam Cole. People just need to leave both of those guys alone.
Like everybody has their favorites because otherwise, an indie star like Adam Cole, he would never have gotten signed if he didn't have a group of followers or people that found him to be a fan favorite.
Yep. Then everything else.
The funny thing about that is, you're right. Fans have their favorites. Yeah, fans have their favorites, but there's also people that fans don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like Parker Boudreaux. I think me and Jace agree. Parker is garbage. Yeah, hot garbage. Hot garbage on a 105-degree day in Las Vegas in the fucking desert. Hot garbage. Garbage.
Hot garbage.
But that's just my opinion.
They just put him in a tag team with Lars Sullivan.
Oh my god.
They should put him in the trios. Lars Sullivan, hot garbage Boudreaux, and motherfucking Nails.
Oh, I thought you.
They should rename him Rock Lesnar.
Rock Lesnar.
Rock Lobster?
Lessner. Lesnar. Yeah.
What a Lesnar he is.
He is less of a nerd. Yeah. Anyway. You guys have anything else you want to say about this craziness?
No, I'm just very glad.
Hey, the show is great. I'm really looking forward to next week.
I'm just so glad we can enjoy both shows without any toxicity around the wrestling globe. Even though there's going to be a lot of toxic fans out there. You know who you are. Fuck you. That's all I got to say.
Hey, we got
Rampage. That's pretty toxic.
Yeah. Two Jobber Nation. Fuck him.
So we got Rampage coming up on Friday. We're gonna have Swerve in Your Glory facing Private Party.
There you go.
I'll call them something else.
Do you want to say Private Party?
I wanted to say something else, but
now probably get kicked off the air.
And then we're gonna get
Julian
women's match. But it wasn't the one that I expected. I thought we were gonna get Jade Cargill, but it's not Jade Cargill. It's now I forget.
Let's talk about some of these crazy matches that just got signed for All Out, like the 6-man. Oh, Drew's in the house.
Drew,
Big Money Drew.
Drew.
So let's talk about this crazy 6-man tag team match that was signed. Ridiculous 6-man tag team match. You got Sanjay Dutt. You got Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal in a 6-man tag team match. A trios match against the Pinnacle, the TBS champion and the multiple-time World Tag Team champions. But this coming week, we're going to have Dax the Axe versus Jay Lethal. Now, what are your thoughts on that, Drew? Because I know Drew's in the chat right now. And we'll wait for Drew's chat. What do you think, Julian? And what do you think, Shane? Not all at once.
My mic is dying, so
Okay, so Drew is in the chat now. Drew is in the backstage. Let's
in the
bring Drew
backstage.
in real
Oh,
quick so Drew can give us his shots because Drew is the number one Omega fan in the house tonight. Welcome, your boy Drew is in the house. What up, Drew?
no Omega fan.
What
Drew's
a
on
nice
cloud
shirt.
nine.
Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the shirt.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Listen, I have been a fan of this guy since AEW started, and I teared up a little bit tonight. I'm not gonna lie. When that music hit again and he came out, that was amazing. I know I'm totally derailing the show right now because you probably moved on from that. But I mean, this is how invested I am in this. Okay.
Wow.
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 Okay.
Drew is
one
out in there. Number
he
one
is
Omega
one-
fan, ladies and gentlemen.
one with the cleater.
Yes, this is a hat, that has other meanings. It's my Roman Reigns hat, but tonight is my Kenny Omega hat because, and I did this gimmick before where I shed the gimmick and revealed myself as a Kenny Omega stan, which I am.
Oh man.
100%.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do for us.
Not
we
a
talked
fan,
about
but
it.
Stan.
We talked about it. I want you to tell us, in your eyes, from the moment that match started to the moment it ended, what were your emotions? What were you thinking? And what were your thoughts on every aspect of this match?
Of the main event.
Yes.
Yes.
It was incredible, and it really goes to show you the Elite as a whole's commitment to selling a story. Like, look, BTE. I don't normally watch BTE, but I'll tell you now, I'm gonna start watching BTE every damn week because people were talking about it on Twitter, and all of a sudden, I'm like, uh-oh, seems like something big happens at the end of this episode. And sure enough, the beautiful thing about AEW, Tony Khan does not do a bait and switch. Although, I mean, I said that now, but for what's going to happen next week with this title match, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Correct.
But when they often do not do bait and switches. They deliver on what they say they're going to give you. And when I heard that 2-second opening riff of Kenny Omega's music at the end of BTE, I knew it. You knew that it was going to be Kenny Omega. And
yeah,
the beautiful thing about the match is that they sold the hell out of him being out for so long. They sold the hell out of everything that he had to get surgeries on and everything that he had to do rehab for. Kenny coming out with that brace on the arm and then ripping it off, just amazing. It is some of the best storytelling in wrestling right now, and they are excellent at it. They're just excellent. And also, for their part, Andrade and Roshan and Dragon Lee were incredible.
They were.
Well. Especially Dragon Lee, which is almost like he had to be the one to show out more than the rest of them, because of course he was going to be the one to eat the pin.
Correct.
And God, that dive that sent him and Omega out over the barricade was just incredible. And I think this main event was one of the best main events that Dynamite has ever put on. Honestly, that's my opinion. Wrestling is subjective, so people can agree with me or disagree with me. I don't really give a shit what you do, because I am on cloud 9 this evening. And I came on the show not wanting to come on this show because I was helping out Fightful tonight, and I'm exhausted, and I'm on the Eastern Coast, and it is
Yeah, it
after
is late for you. It's
It is
very
very
late
late.
for you.
Yeah, so but I had to come on because I'm still reeling from how awesome that main event was and how awesome most of the show was, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a really
they're
good show.
killing it.
The women get the 920 block again, which is unfortunate because that's what they do with the women most of the
Tony
time.
just doesn't know how to book the women, but I guess.
But the other thing, and I know, I'm sorry, you guys talked about this already. I'm sure you probably talked about the whole show because
Yeah.
it's been over an hour now. But the beginning of this show was so great, and the way that it kind of, because something that I noticed that AEW doesn't typically do versus what WWE does is they don't usually have a story go more than one segment. It's usually, this match is telling the story, and that's it for the week. And this promo segment is telling the story, and that's it for the week, unless there's something on Rampage. They don't do like a show long type of an angle the way that like WWE did with the car the other week on Raw,
Hmm.
or with any of this like little type of backstage things like the hand out the door on Monday and all that
Correct.
stuff. They don't do that type of stuff. So
Mhm.
for them to have Punk come out to start the show, which was already, that was a weird thing because usually they start the show with what the surprise is supposed to be. So they start the show with Punk, who was being an absolute douchebag, by the way,
Which is
on the
great.
microphone. Just a beautiful douchebag. It was amazing.
John Moxley couldn't think of a thing that he was gonna say because of the whole fight Bob Punk.
Yes, and Moxley didn't do as well on the mic as he normally would, and I think that tells the
Right.
beauty of the scripted nature, the unscripted nature of AEW, and I think that the Moxley coming out and then them brawling, and then it goes away from that, but then they do something that WWE would normally do and start a match and or bring somebody out to start a match and then do like a little beatdown segment that doesn't have a match start, like what Lacey Evans was doing with Aliyah,
Yeah.
Aaliyah, whatever you
Yeah,
pronounce
yeah.
her name.
Leah.
And like they do that 1,000 times. But the beauty of it here was that it was such like car crash TV, and it was so adding to the unscripted nature of AEW shows that John Moxley is just going to ruin Tony Nese's night and
That
call out
was
Punk again.
oh
And then
poor
they
Tony.
come out and brawl again. And it was that was so wonderful. And then the match of the night, as much as the match of the night should be the main event with Kenny Omega's return, even though I'm wearing all this Kenny Omega stuff right now, I have to tell you that my 1A to that 1B was the 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh yeah.
Because that was picture perfect wrestling from a man, Brian Danielson, who has been wrestling for 20 years, more than that at this point, over 20 years, and is such a veteran and an excellent technical wrestler, versus a 23-year-old who already feels like a veteran. Just picture perfect wrestling. And the story that they are telling with this match and with this little thing with JAS and BCC is one of the best stories that they have told since the Hangman arc. in my opinion, because what they did, the promo segment that they did last week on Rampage with Danielson and Garcia, with him with Garcia at the end going like, "Oh, I don't want to do this because he's kind of right." And the way that they sold that was so beautiful. And then for this match, Daniel Garcia usually comes out like tough and ready to go, and he puts his arms up and he does the whole thing. But he was more subdued when he came out tonight. It was like the beauty of it. It was so wonderful. And then the whole match, which was incredible. And then Jericho interfering, well, not interfering, but at the end, trying to beat up Brian, and Daniel Garcia is having none of that. And it was
It's like, nope, not today.
What a perfect arc in this story.
In the seed, planting the seed.
Just the most. Daniel Garcia, I knew of him before AEW, and I did not realize how incredible he is. He is amazing, and getting him into the BCC is going to be, if they do it next week, if this is like, I don't know if this is going to be like a bait and switch with that story, and he's going to still be heel, but still kind of be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. I kind of hope that they do that even, but I don't know. But it's just immaculate. It's one of the best stories they've told since Hangman won the title. It's just incredible. So I'm sorry for taking the floor.
No, I'm glad you're saying this because those are my thoughts. When I was talking about this earlier, made him such a he's a star. The kid's a fucking star right now. This match with Danielson made him a star the first time.
Correct.
Now he's a mega star.
Yeah.
WWE it takes them years to create a new star.
Yes,
AEW
it does.
2 fucking matches.
Just like that.
Foreshadowing and the storytelling. And that's what sets it off the most. It's like you took this kid and you put this kid into a situation where he could either sink or swim. But you put him in a situation where you knew he was going to fucking dominate. The kid comes in and now he's a star.
They put him in a situation. They put him in a situation to sink or swim on live TV, and he's done an Olympic dive off of the diving board and gotten a 10.
Yeah,
like it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, and everybody that was shitting on him winning against Danielson last Dynamite
that's ridiculous.
Was just the dumbest fucking shit. The dumbest shit because
Twitter was super toxic about that.
Yeah, they were. They seriously were.
Listen, I don't like doing the AEW versus WWE thing. I don't like doing it.
I don't either.
But you cannot tell me that Daniel Garcia can be remotely compared to any upcoming star in WWE right now. And I say star loosely. It's just you can't put him up against Braun Breaker. You can't put him up against Madcap Moss. You can't put him up against any of this idiocy in WWE television. And it's getting better. I'm not saying it's not getting better, but when I see people on Twitter saying that they don't get Daniel Garcia,
oh come on,
they're stupid.
That's just silly.
When they have some sort of a WWE avatar, it's just
correct.
Yeah, when you have a profile picture of Roman Reigns and John Cena, get the hell out of here with that.
It's just it makes me sad, and I mean I'm not doing a bit when I say this. Honestly, it makes me sad that for 20 years WWE dominated wrestling storytelling and booking, to the point that it has fucked up so many people to thinking that their way of doing it is the right way.
No.
Tonight's show
Yeah,
is out
and
of
that's
Sparrow
what
World
that
Straight
is what
from
people
AEW.
Correct.
that is what people should be. I know I'm kind of shitting on WWE right now, but I do think
You're shitting on the
that,
Vince McMahon era, so it's okay.
well, true, right, and
Yeah.
everybody should be shitting on that. Gareth and Chunky, you fuckwads. But
Oh, yeah.
they yeah, it's just it's out of this world, and Daniel Garcia is a fucking star, and he's gonna make so much more money with AEW when they have their next television thing come up, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing to see.
Mhm.
It really is.
So we got these young guys like Lather, like Ricky Starks, like Powerhouse Hobbs, like Private Party,
Powerhouse.
Dragon Lee.
Incredible.
All these new young hot guys that just popped up into AEW. What do you think? The current crop of young talent in AEW right now. What do you think? As a booker, what do you think Tony Khan should do with these guys?
Well, honestly, I think that Private Party, one of the duds of the night for me, honestly, was this Griff Garrison, the Varsity Blondes Ass Boys thing.
Yeah.
Like that was probably the biggest dud of the night, and maybe the only dud of the night, honestly. Aside from the women's stuff, but it's I don't like that Stokely Hathaway is being paired with the Ass Boys, because I really feel like they should be. It should be Private Party. I think Private Party would have been perfect.
Man.
The tag team
True.
for Stokely and his new group that he's forming. And some people think that this is like MJF actually doing this.
Who else did he get?
He got Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, yeah.
And Lee Moriarty.
This right here.
And the baddies. WWE has brainwashed us into thinking that their way is the only way. AEW has given fans another outlet to enjoy wrestling and not WWE cartoon land. I fucking agree with that.
So here, you know what? Here's the only reason I disagree with that statement. If you're a fan of professional wrestling, and I mean wrestling as a whole, and you are aware of other promotions, and you did not take the time to watch MLW, you did not take the time to watch NWA Power, or TNA Impact, or New Japan, or any of these other promotions that are out there, and you chose only to watch WWE, that's on you. I mean, there are so many other flavors and variations of wrestling promotions out there that you have to give a chance. I have said it before and I've said it again. I'm a fan of independent wrestling. When independent wrestling comes through my area, I go and watch these indie shows. And what those indie shows put on is not WWE.
No.
They are independent shows. Whether it's PCW Ultra, whether it's, one of these flyers you see on the wall, whether it's somebody operating out of a gymnasium, whether it's somebody at the local college. That is why you have to go support independent wrestling. That's why you have to go support these other federations. That's why these guys who are charging $5 for a pay-per-view online, support them and watch it, because there's so many different flavors of wrestling, of characters, of gimmicks, of storytelling, of just in-ring operation, that you will probably say, oh, I don't like WWE as much as I thought I did. I like this brand better, or I like this group of characters better, or I like, this style of storytelling better. I mean, within the last 20 years, if you throw a rock in any direction, you're going to hit a wrestling promotion. They're out there. They're everywhere.
Especially in LA.
Dude, especially in LA. Especially in LA.
I tell people all the time. I would wrestle 3 shows a day within like 5 blocks from each other in LA.
Wow, that's a lot.
Like no lie. 66 in
No,
Compton Avenue. There'd be a Lucha show. Kiss and Charisma.
Yeah.
Manchester. There'd be one. And then you go to Slauson. There's another one. 3 shows. Then you go to Anaheim Marketplace. That's 4
Yeah.
shows in one day. And then Japan Dojo is doing a show later that night. That's 5 shows in one day.
Now,
All within like literally 30 minutes of each other.
Now, remember, when you're watching these indie shows, if you're like, oh man, there's not even 100 people there, that sucks.
So?
No, don't judge it by how many people show up. Look at the content. Because I guarantee you, any of these guys that you see on these indie shows, if they're a good performer, 5 years from now, you're going to see them someplace else. You're going to see them in AEW. Back in the day, you would see them in WCW. You see them in WWE. You see them in NXT. You'll see them someplace else. And if you don't support the indie market or the indie circuit, then these guys won't have someplace to try to start out, to get their chance.
WWE has been a major product for decades. The best time.
That is correct.
Like MLW, PWG,
Yes.
New Japan, USA.
That's the thing too.
Guys like
because-
O'Connor's and the LA Dojo who made their way to AEW and people loved it. Now
Oh,
I
but
will
yeah,
say
I thought it
this.
was great.
I will say this. I've watched guys like Ricky Starks from NWA. Ricky Starks started NWA.
Yep.
Guys like Brody, like Brody King, Santino Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? PWG. The Bucks. The Bucks started in High Risk Wrestling, a fucking backyard wrestling company in the high desert of fucking California. Then PWG, Super Dragon, ran PWG with guys like Excalibur, guys like Chris Bosch, Scott Loss. Scott Loss he's an artist right now. He does comics. Scott Loss, one of the best wrestlers I've fucking ever seen in my entire life. Guys like Brian Kendrick, who wrestled in the marketplace, the Anaheim marketplace. Guys that wrestled in front of 100 people. Guys that wrestled in front of 100 people. Literally, I would tell the guys at the company that I ran, I tell them this every week. Be it 10 people or 10,000 people, you go out there and wrestle like it's fucking WrestleMania.
Every
Because
time.
you never know who's going to be in the crowd watching. I did a show one time. And it was crazy. A friend of mine that was a scout for WWE calls me. Raw is in town. NXT is in town. Calls me. Goes, hey, I'm leaving NXT to come to your show. Is there anyone there that I should look at? I said, as a matter of fact, yeah, there's a couple people here you can look at. And he came and he sent it back, and I didn't tell anybody. And someone goes, there's a guy from NXT here. Because this guy forgot to take off his NXT jacket. His NXT lanyard. But he's sitting in the back of the building, and people were freaking out. And I always tell them, you never know who's watching.
Is my hair okay?
And who's watching? You never know who's fucking watching us. You know what I'm saying? King of the Indies is watching this.
The thing about what the King of the Indies was saying that I understand about that WWE had been the major product, the whole reason why there is so much blowback to AEW is because WWE was the only television wrestling for decades.
Correct.
And it's much harder for people to now my air conditioner turned on, the paper's full. I gotta take this off. Hold on.
I mean, for you fans who are around, back in the WCW days, the same type of blowback took place when WCW started actually rising up in the ratings. When Scott Hall and Kevin Nash made the quote unquote invasion, people all of a sudden were saying, "Oh, WWE sucks. WCW is where the big boys play, and we want to watch this." And blah, blah, blah. It comes and goes. Everybody finds their flavor. Everybody finds what they want to see. However, I will tell you this: a lot of indie wrestlers want to go to WWE, not because they want to be the best pro wrestler in the world, because they want to be on the biggest stage of the world. You don't even need to be in WWE for 20 years or 10 years. If you're there for 3 or 5 years and you're even a mid-card or, God forbid you win a championship, the rest of your career, you're going to be known as former WWE wrestler. gets into a car accident. Former WWE wrestler murders 2 people. Former WWE wrestler throws out the first pitch at the Mets game. That's what you're always going to be known as, and that
Tony
is where
Khan. Tony Khan just signed another ex-WWE wrestler.
exactly,
Oh
and that's where at that level of visibility, where you're going to start making your money. Because remember, when people leave WWE, all of a sudden, oh, you want an appearance by me? Oh, I need 10 grand. Oh, I need 20 grand. But before that, and for all you fans out there, you're going to hate when I say this, but if CM Punk never went to WWE, he would have been another indie darling who wasn't making no money.
Wow.
I think that's just a fact. I don't think anybody should be upset with that.
Period. And as much as he shits on WWE,
For shame, Julian.
and Vince, and
My heart,
oh,
man.
his kiss ass son-in-law, and a bunch of yes men. Fuck you, dude. That guy got you to a level that you never would have been without working for his company. So shut the fuck up and do your job.
Wait, hold on.
Are you about to call Marie
fully
Shadows?
joining the? Are you fully
Dude,
joining
I'm not.
Shadows?
I'm not fully joining, but we'll go into that another podcast. Dude, I really have a problem when people talk about like, oh, WWE isn't wrestling and it's bad and it's this and it's that, and I'm like, but yeah, motherfucker, that's where you made your name. That's where you made your most money. That's where you got to be in a marquee status. That's where you went from being a D lister to a B plus lister or to an A lister, and now you're shitting on it. Get out of here. You know, that's like you being a scrub all your life, and then you take a one shot and you get this really hot girlfriend, and now other chicks are looking at you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, well that chick was batshit crazy. How you doing? Count you up like you stars, motherfucker." Sorry.
That's okay. Actually, because we're bringing stuff like that in, let me change my name on here, and I think if you know, well, the two out of 3 of you are gonna know probably the
If you don't
reference
know,
that I'm
now
making.
you know.
I see you finished watching the movie.
That movie.
That's what I
really
need to
good.
do. That's what I need to do.
I really enjoyed that
man.
movie.
I told you.
Listen, I'm gay, so nobody
Oh my
cancel me
God.
for this. So you can't cancel me for this.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay.
And also I
Oh,
wanted to
man.
say, it's my first drive-by. Because I told you that I am
I
the
love
Chris
you,
Elliott
Drew.
character.
I
am the
love
Chris
you,
Elliott
Drew.
character.
He fucking
100%.
sent me a message and he said, I think I relate to Chris Elliott.
What was the movie you
Oh,
watched? Drew?
shit.
I'm gonna watch it right after the show.
It was
CB4, man.
CB4. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Stars, if you have a Stars package on like YouTube TV
Can you
or
feel
something.
the sweat from my
Sweat from
balls?
my balls.
Phil, by the
Oh,
way,
man.
I also wanted to mention Phil Hartman. That man
What?
taken from us way too soon.
That dude was the hardest working man in show business for a while.
Bro.
I'm devastated that what happened to him happened to him.
Yeah.
Because
Oh man.
he would still be around right now, making everybody laugh like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate that happened to him. But he was great in this movie too.
He was
He
hilarious.
really was.
That's good.
Where the bagheads. The bagheads. The bagheads.
Oh, and then you know what? The Sissy. So Sissy, I'm going in my head, and I'm like, where do I know this woman from? It was killing me. And then I realized, oh shit, she was on CSI Miami.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was the coroner, whatever.
Yeah.
The coroner
on
chick.
CSI Miami. I mean, holy shit, she's excellent in this role, and I'd never see her playing both roles. She's a great actress. Charlie Murphy.
You can always tell a great actress by the way they play it, by the way their character is. Bro, she was so fucking funny. that whole movie makes you think about Jerry Curls. Trippy ass Jerry curls.
So I am making a vow from tonight. I will watch the movies that Julian and Blood gave me from tonight.
I already watched one, and it took 2 days. So
Shane doesn't get to talk. Shane is.
Shane,
We gave Shane. Look, we gave Shane a list of movies to watch in February.
gave
It is now
I
motherfucking
think I gave
August.
Shane. I think I gave Shane like a list of 10. Shane, have you watched Tombstone yet?
No. Shake your head, yes or no. Just shake your head, yes or no. We
That's
can't
a
hear
no.
you. Shake your head, yes or no.
If
can
he'd
hear
watched
Shane.
Tombstone,
Let me
he'd be
Huckleberry.
imitating Wyatt Earp right now, or at least Doc Holliday.
With the
Alright.
fucking
He'd be like, Wyatt,
exactly the best part with the cup.
Because I'll be sleeping on the list that you guys given me.
I
I
see
know.
a red
Man.
sash, and I'm shooting.
Kill the man that wears it. You tell him hell's coming, and hell's coming with me.
yeah, you got to send me that
Damn
list
it,
too,
Shane.
so I can watch some of these movies.
Oh, Drew, I will dig
Bro.
that up just for you.
Man.
Thank you. So yeah, so CB4 was a
In the
very good movie.
motherfucking house.
It was I was actually surprised at how much I laughed at it. It was a very good movie. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so the next movie on your list. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
That's the name of the movie.
Yes.
I'm gonna get you.
Yes, I'm gonna
Yep.
get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. It's a Key and Ivory Wayans movie.
Sucker, you dirty mother. Don't you say that.
Don't say that.
I'm consenting to the crime. Just don't
Oh, this
pay.
is even older, 1988.
Yes.
Yes.
Also with Chris Rock,
Yes.
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 and it's on Hulu.
Man.
Perfect.
How much for real?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm about to go find me a group of motherfuckers to play music when I walk down the street. They-
oh, and so I mentioned to you because it was in the trailer the "I'm Black Y'all" song.
Yep.
I still have that. I still have that going in my head because it's
Oh my god.
so funny, and
Oh,
I really like that. Was one of my favorite characters in that movie too. Alan Payne, his name is,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. That was as he starts to slowly become more for the Brotherhood throughout the
Fucking Malcolm
movie,
X
and
ass.
less for the. It's just a very great character arc that I loved throughout the whole movie. For the "I'm Black Y'all" song, then to
It's like, you want a
be
bean
one of his
pie?
last
Oh, you know damn bean pie?
black.
It's
I'm
just-
black and I'm black, y'all.
it was actually stuck in my head for a while after.
He's
catchy.
walking around the house.
It's very catchy. Yes.
It's a catchy song.
Hunter's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Drew?
Hey, Drew, if you want to make it like a,
Oh man.
you want to make it a two for Thursday, you also watch Hollywood Shuffle.
Know that one up too. Hollywood Shuffle. Totally derailed this podcast.
Batty.
Yeah, I
There's a
know.
bat in my house.
Hollywood.
We're at 1 hour 38 minutes.
All right, let's wrap this up, guys. Let's
Wrap this up.
I gotta go to the Kia Forum and pick somebody up from a concert.
Are
Took
you
3 of us
shitting me? I
for-
cannot find the dang list that y'all gave me from like months ago.
Just like I might have to go to the crypto.
Shout out to King of the Indies. Shout out to King of the Indies with the quote. I can't get to it. What the hell?
Please don't
see it, but I
cancel me
can't
for
pull it
anything
up.
I've said tonight. That's all I'm going to.
It's called and canceled.
Shane, have you watched Dead Presidents yet?
Look at this. Pro wrestling movie,
No,
pro
look at
wrestling
that.
and movie
I'm
recap.
making,
Wow,
I'm
I
making
love
a
you
vow.
guys.
tonight
Damn
to
it,
watch every
Shane.
movie.
Damn it.
I'm making a vow to watch every movie that you guys gave me. I'm just trying to find the list that you guys gave me.
We
I
love
didn't
you too,
delete that
King of
list.
the Indies.
And also, you got to watch Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut.
It's like I might need to
You know
do
what we should
this.
do? We can set up a stream like we're watching right now. I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Set up a stream.
Yeah, I know.
And we can all watch a movie on the stream.
And I haven't even seen it, so
Privately,
I don't know
not
what you guys are
live.
talking.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, definitely not private. I mean, definitely not live. There.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. For the HMIC, Mr. Chemical Julian. For that dude in the chair, Shane Husky. For that dude, Big Money Drew. I'm your boy, The Franchise. And we will see you guys on Friday with another classic installment of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. Will it be another night of magnificent SmackDown? And will it be another crazy night of Rampage?
No,
Who knows?
No,
if you
because
tune in here, you'll find out.
Maybe even another movie.
What are you saying, Shane?
no, it's not going to be a great night of Rampage because it's Christmas.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. 976 days. 2018. What did I see? I'm The Franchise. I will see you.